Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrew Hill. I'm Associate Professor of Philosophy here at St. Philip's College in San Antonio, Texas. And the philosophy faculty at St. Philip's, at the end of every semester in December and in May, we have an awards ceremony where we try to recognize the outstanding contributions of our students, our faculty, and supporters, and just spend a minute to thank them for all their work and for everything they've done to make it a successful year. And as you'll see, we held the ceremony, award ceremony yesterday, which was December the 13th, Wednesday, during the time when normally the philosophy club meets. And we recorded it, but sadly, there was some technical difficulties and we got the video, but not the audio. And so I'm going to post that video on the website, but I also wanted to walk through the PowerPoint presentation that you could see there here and just explain what we would normally do in terms of the awards presentation. We'll give out a couple of the awards. We gave some out yesterday. We'll do some tomorrow at graduation, Friday night, the 15th of December, 2023. But today I wanted to kind of come back in and try to amend the mistake that happened yesterday because of the technical difficulties with the technology. So let me begin with the PowerPoint presentation that everyone saw yesterday when we were meeting in person here, and also simultaneously broadcasting this through a Zoom call. And make sure that everybody has a chance to see and hear what we were talking about yesterday, which is, again, the annual awards ceremony by the philosophy faculty, which right now has 3 full-time members, Dr. Feldmeyer and Dr. Hardy and myself. Dr. Given is our adjunct, and he's been fabulous. He was full-time last year. He's trying to retire, and we keep pulling him back in because he's so great. And then also this year, we've been augmented by a visiting Fulbright scholar, our scholar in residence from Tbilisi, Georgia, Vladimir Narcia. And so we'll hear more about Vladimir and his work as a Fulbright scholar in just a little bit. But we did meet yesterday, the 13th, and we were able to celebrate in person a little bit about the fact that it's our 50-year anniversary of teaching philosophy here at St. Philip's College. There's a picture there of Connie Economy, who taught the first classes in logic and ethics back during the academic year of 1973-74. So we're celebrating 50 years. And in order to do that, we contacted Beckard Barnard. She was the archivist and librarian here at St. Philip's College. And she put together a list of everybody that part of the full-time faculty, and then also adjuncts over the years, Fulbright scholars. And so that's all now part of the history of the department, which is at philosophyawards.com. And so we have I'm putting together a larger history of the department as well over the last 50 years. And as I mentioned, that's included a large number of people that have taught philosophy, ethics, logic, epistemology. And again, we've been fortunate recently within the last 10 years to have that augmented by visiting scholars and residence Fulbright scholars, including that you'll see there, and they're listed at the bottom. Richard and Yvonne Naylor in 2016 came and joined us as scholars and residents from the Corrymeela Peace and Reconciliation Center in Northern Ireland. And then in 2019, you'll see Dr. Derek Wilson. He's in that top photo there on the left. He was, again, a Fulbright scholar in residence from Corrymeela, the Peace Center. He was also a professor at Ulster University. And then as you'll see, this current academic year, 23-24, we also have been blessed by having the presence of Vladimir Narcia, who is here joining us as an expert in peace and conflict studies. He actually has a joint appointment between St. Philip's College and our partner, Northwest Vista College. The San Antonio Peace Center is at Northwest Vista College. It's also home to the district's peace conflict studies program. So it made sense for him to be kind of shared and split back and forth between the two institutions. But the awards program that we put together, we've been doing for the last 10 years. So it's so the college has been around 125 years now. We're celebrating that. 50 years of teaching philosophy and 10 years with our philosophy club. As a picture of Dr. Feldmeyer when we started it 10 years ago. And I started taking students off campus to events, to activities. We started doing things like working with the philosophy club, became the home of the ethics bowl. We put together teams to compete and had a chance to travel around the country with the ethics bowl team. We've been to Dallas, Chicago, out to Salt Lake City, Utah. So that's been a lot of fun as well to travel with those students and have them compete. We've taken field trips to interesting places like a wolf sanctuary outside of Houston. And when COVID shut us down and forced us all online back in 2020, we also tried to adapt and develop a online lecture series where we would be able to interview through Zoom calls experts on ethics, for example, and to try to keep the spirit of the philosophy club alive and to keep teaching our students ethics, which was what the point of the QEP, the Quality Enhancement Plan for the college as a whole, when it, for a 5-year period, adopted ethical decision making, the philosophy faculty were kind of content experts to help talk about ethics and look at case studies. And we were deeply involved with that as the philosophy faculty. We also have been investing in some newer partnerships as well. The last 3 or 4 years now, we've been working with the Intercollegiate Civil Disagreement Partnership, which is a consortium of 5 different colleges and universities, which are helping students learn the skills needed to facilitate very difficult conversations about hot topics. We've tackled abortion, gun rights, climate change, anything that's difficult to talk about in our society. We wanted to train our students in how to have meaningful, productive conversations across deep, difficult ideological divides. And so that partnership is helping do that. And some of the students we've had through that program have ended up being recognized for their work over the last couple of years as through the Outstanding Student Award. This year, as we were able to kind of restart back up the philosophy club after being in hiatus due to COVID-19 and the pandemic, 2 students in particular, Tessa Rushing and Vianney Escobedo, they stepped forward and served as the president and vice president of the philosophy club, really for the first time, as we kind of have brought it back to life and doing it not just online, but face to face. And so it's been great to have them come. They have helped us sponsor conversations in person Wednesday afternoons. And it's a chance for us to talk about philosophy, talk about ethics, and also do things like put together an ethics bowl team. So we went to St. Mary's University for the Texas Regional Ethics Bowl. Anyway, the 2 of them, we had a chance to give them an award and to thank them and to let them know how much we appreciate them stepping forward and really helping us revive that. It turns out they were invited and came because they were in a class that was meeting face to face. They responded to the call of Dr. Hardy, and for his work, he's new to the faculty, but he jumped right in with the philosophy club and with the ethics bowl. It was his students he was teaching face to face who kind of came and brought the philosophy club back to life. And we are just so appreciative of the fact that Dr. Hardy has been throwing himself into his classes and to helping his students learn, but then also on top of all of that, doing the co-curricular work of the philosophy club and the ethics bowl and taking the lead with that. And so we, again, are extraordinarily grateful to him for everything that he's done in terms of bringing students out to these conversations and to learning ethics outside of the classroom as well as inside in kind of the more structured, formal ways. He's also had a chance to do this in really kind of fun, pleasant, informal ways as well. So for his hard work this year, we just wanted to stop and again thank him and recognize his excellence in teaching inside and outside of the classroom. So thank you, Dr. Hardy. This year, we also fortunately had a Fulbright Award. This is, I mentioned it during the introduction, that in 2016, 2019, we had the Naylors and the Wilsons had come over from Corrymeela, the Peace Center in Northern Ireland, to join us. And this time around, we were joined by Vladimir. Vladimir comes to us from Tbilisi, Georgia, where he is a professor, the head of a canon law center there, a specialized canon law center, where he looks at church and state relations. He looks at religion and politics. And a lot of what he does is he looks at these things in the context of peace and conflict studies. Hence the reason I mentioned that we're partnering with the San Antonio Peace Center at Northwest Vista College, our sister school in the Alamo colleges, and co-sponsoring his visit. He is a great scholar. He's had a chance to interact with students. He has gone and worked with grade schools. He's helped with conference presentations. He gave the annual Labatt Lecture out at Schreiner University. He's been invited to give in the springtime the Keston Archive Institute lecture up at Baylor University. So he's kind of getting around and has stayed very busy. And he's done lots of different types of things, and that he is participating as a representative of the college in social and professional gatherings and dinners. He's worked with the World Affairs Council here in San Antonio, with the Rotary Club of San Antonio. So he's making lots of connections. I'm just trying to keep up with him as he he does all of these things on behalf of St. Philip's College and Northwest Vista College. But it's been great to have him here. Now we're almost halfway through the academic year now, and he's here he is pictured with the chancellor of the Alamo colleges, the two college presidents, and myself at the beginning of the year at our original convocation, and again at an event with the World Affairs Council. So, Vladimir, you've been welcome. We appreciate everything you've done, all the work, and we look forward to continuing that throughout the spring semester. He'll be here through graduation in May and return to Georgia in June. This is a picture of him, by the way, up at Baylor University. He's also been doing research and writing at the Keston Archive at Baylor University. I mentioned they've invited him to come give a speech in the spring. They have a large archive there of Georgian papers and newspaper clippings that have to do with church-state relations, and especially during the Soviet Union era. And these are a collection of writings by dissidents at the time. So he's had a chance to go up there and do some research and writing. So he's here advancing his scholarly career and interests and balancing that with all the presentations and work he's doing for us. Now, in addition to students, faculty, we also began awarding an International Education Award because it's been key to a lot of our classes. And in fact, Sherry Raddick has been somebody who works with the district. So she ends up working with faculty members from the 5 different colleges in the district, including folks here at St. Philip's College, to help us think about and work through how can we internationalize our courses. She does a lot with international curriculum development and global learning for our students. And she's been with the district a long time now. She has a master's degree from St. Mary's University here in town, where she also used to work. And she's put a lot into these type of program developments and faculty development. That's a picture of her there with Vladimir down at the district offices, with Alejandra Bueno, who's the director of international education. And by the way, a previous recipient of this award for her work as well. So the two of them now we've had a chance to thank in terms of the importance of the support they provide for us as faculty members in institutionalizing our commitment to international education and global learning for our students. And so we're just very happy to be able to recognize her. That's her with the whole team That's her on the far right. Alejandra Bueno, who I mentioned, is in the center sitting down. And they have a large, skilled, dedicated group at district that helps support all 5 of the colleges, including St. Philip's College. So thank you, Sherry. We appreciate your help. Glad we had a chance just to take a minute to thank you for that. And her award is one of the ones we'll be handing out in person tomorrow night at the graduation. So look forward to seeing you then. The last thing is an amicus award, because we realize so much of what we do depends on the support of colleagues. It depends on the partnerships that we've entered into. This is a lot of the work we do needs help, support, it needs financial support, it needs academic support. And one person who has done a lot of that for us over the last few years is Dr. Nani Vazo. Joelle Nani Vazo is our chair. She is an academic leader. She's an economics professor here at St. Philip's College. She's been in the role as chair, handling a lot of the administrative work and providing support for us. And in fact, here's a picture of us up in Austin at Houston-Tillotson University, where we are attending a meeting of all the historically Black colleges and universities in the state of Texas. We just started gathering 2 years ago for the first time. And she was in charge of organizing and getting all of our students up there as well. So yeah, literally riding the bus up to Austin this past year with students to attend this conference. And also, as you'll see in just a second, not just gather people together to talk about what we have in common, shared mission, goals, values. But one of the things that she helped lead was a lobbying effort. This is that's her there on the steps. This is with students in the state capitol, lobbying representatives, lobbying state senators. In this case, about starting an HBCU caucus, a historically Black college and university political caucus at the Capitol. And the students, with our support and the help of people like Dr. Nani Vazo, were able to successfully lobby for that. And we just now created that for the first time in the state's history. And we think that that will directly help all of the 7 private and 2 public historically Black colleges and universities in the state of Texas, including St. Philip's College. So that's a little bit of what Dr. Nani Vazo has been doing, and the work we wanted to recognize and say we appreciate and support it. Thank you so much. So again, that's a quick run through the awards. On behalf of the faculty that you can see here, we are going to have, this is the date, save the date, May 26th. That's we're going to have a celebration at the end of the academic year to wish bon voyage to our Fulbright scholar who will be returning home. That's actually Georgian Independence Day, May the 26th. We thought that would be a good, appropriate time to celebrate Georgian independence and to also thank Vladimir for his work here throughout the course of the year. So please join us then, but thank you for tuning in and helping us appropriately thank and recognize the work of our students, our faculty, and everyone that comes together to help us as we teach philosophy here at St. Philip's College. We've been doing that now, as I said, for 50 years. So we're going to continue to try to recognize and thank those folks for doing that. All right, so thank you very much for tuning in. If you got any further questions, you'd like to see more information, you can go to philosophyawards.com. It's philosophy awards, all one thing.com. There's more information there about the department and about the award ceremony. Take care and thank you.